Hi, my name's Ollie. I just created the new SunGod campaign for Papaya Vision with McLaren F1 and Lando Norris. And I need you to know, this is not AI. In just 15 minutes with Lando at the McLaren factory, we had to create something that was energetic, eye-catching, or would show off the Papaya Vision sunglasses. Wacky camera rigs, crazy cars, and a bunch of papayas, along with a small team of amazing artists, all came together to make this project possible. This is how we made Papaya Vision. Let's kick this off with pre-production. When I first started talking with SunGod, they were looking to create something with VFX. They were inspired by this early 2000s Skittles commercial. A simple concept, but loads of room to play. The Lando was attached to the project, but there was a big catch. We only had him for 15 minutes total. There was no time for warm-ups, dry runs, or retakes. So I had to come up with this idea that was going to be energetic, immediate, and stand out, but it also had to be captured in just 15 minutes. It was a big ask. Whatever we were going to film with Lando is going to have to be done in one take. And not only that, but because of the restrictions in McLaren's factory, which is amazing, by the way, we had no space to have multicam, which means that we could only have one angle. So I have one take, one camera, and 15 minutes. And with that, I have to create something that's going to showcase a product and Lando. Almost instantly, I thought about using a snorri rig. It's this big, clunky rig you have strapped to your belly with a pole coming out holding a camera in front of your face. I just had my fingers crossed that Lando was going to be okay wearing it. This rig gave us a wild shot, and it also meant that we could capture all of the Lando content in just one take. More importantly, it kept him and the glasses center of the frame the whole time. The plan was simple. Lando would come into McLaren, pick up the glasses, and then start walking through the corridors, high-fiving colleagues and turning them into papayas. There would be two shots, Lando on the snorri, and then we would use a stand-in to capture POVs of the high five. In theory, this would work. One camera, one take, and should all be done in 15 minutes. Okay, so now we have a plan. Let's talk about the team. First up was Mac. He was the DP. I'd seen his work on socials first. He does some beautiful stuff with wide-angle lenses, so I knew he'd be the perfect person to take on the snorri cam. For VFX, I reached out to Dave. He creates these funky, surreal VFX, which I just thought fit perfectly with the project. So I had the plan and I had the team. All that's left is to go and film. There's just one more slight catch. This is at McLaren's factory. None of us have been there before. We don't even know where we're going to be filming. So the big question was, is everything going to work? This was a mega project for us, so much so that it's too much to fit into social media content. So I've created 3 parts that you can find on our profile to see how we pulled the rest together.